HOA Karen's wedding guests swam in my pool. They all left looking like Smurfs living in a neighborhood with an overzealous HOA has its challenges. But nothing could have prepared me for Karen. She was the type of HOA member who believed every inch of the community belonged to her. Fences, lawns, and apparently my private pool. It all started on a bright Saturday morning. I was enjoying my backyard, sipping coffee, and planning a quiet day. Suddenly, I noticed a crowd gathering near my house. Curious, I walked closer and froze. There, in my pool, were at least 20 people, splashing around and laughing like it was a public swimming pool. Balloons, champagne, and even a wedding banner floated across the water. And at the center of it all, Karen, in her full bridal glory, grinning like she owned the place. "Surprise!" she shouted. "I thought your pool would be perfect for the wedding reception." I blinked. Did she just, what? Without asking me? My pool? My private property. I quickly realized that arguing wouldn't work. Karen's entitlement had no bounds, and her wedding guests clearly didn't care either. So, I decided to take matters into my own hands. I had recently installed a new pool dye system for fun, a harmless but vivid color-changing chemical that turned the water a bright, indigo blue whenever activated. Perfect for some poetic justice. I hit the switch. Instantly, the sparkling, clear water of my pool transformed into a deep, electric blue. Guests shrieked, splashing and laughing, as the color clung to their skin and bathing suits. Within minutes, they looked like a crowd of Smurfs, bright blue from head to toe. Karen's eyes went wide. She ran to the pool, trying to wave her hands, but the effect was already in full swing. Hair, skin, and clothes were coated in the harmless dye, and the laughter turned to panicked squeals. The entire wedding party scrambled out of the pool, leaving a trail of blue footprints across my deck. I stood on the edge of my patio, sipping my coffee, and said, "Looks like your wedding pool party just got a little blue." Of course, Karen was furious. She demanded I clean up the mess immediately, claiming it was a ruined celebration. I calmly reminded her that she had entered my property without permission, brought 20 guests into my pool, and had no right to assume I would be okay with it. The HOA, once notified, sided with me immediately. Karen's wedding pool invasion was a clear violation of private property rights, and she received a formal reprimand. Meanwhile, I got to enjoy the sweet revenge of seeing her guests leave, dripping and bright blue, with the kind of disbelief that only comes from being caught in your own entitled chaos. Neighbors laughed, sharing photos of the Smurf wedding, and I became an instant legend in the community. Karen tried to salvage her dignity, but the image of her and her wedding party looking like cartoon characters was unforgettable. From that day forward, Karen never attempted to use my pool again. And every time I look at it, I smile. Because sometimes, all it takes is a harmless prank and a little creativity to remind an entitled HOA Karen that your property is yours, and that trespassing comes with a colorful price.